Speaking of Spider-Man PS4, I just defeated Martin Lee again, and
Oh yeah.
it was amazing, brother. So I just beat Martin Lee in the subway train, and now Doc Ock has just come back. Like, Peter, Connor's a liar, and he knocked over the TV. That's where I'm at. It's
Mm-hmm.
amazing, brother. I can't. It's so much better than when I played it the first time. I think the main thing for me, right, is because of my new TV. Everything looks a lot better, and the sounds a
Mm-hmm.
lot better. And I'm just enjoying the game so much more now. And I'm playing it on the
Mm-hmm.
hardest difficulty. That's another thing. The first time I
Yeah.
played it on friendly, an easy one, and so now
So easy.
yeah, right. I agree. Then I played it on Spectacular, and
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I thought I would be dying a million times. I'm not dying a lot. I died maybe twice.
No.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
it. It's like
Even
I'm
on the
not
hard
dying
difficulty,
often.
I think
It's
it's
just
easy.
really
Yeah.
engaging. It's just really engaging. I think that's how you're supposed to play it. Really.
Hmm. Yeah,
Spectacular
I think
difficulty
the
is
hard
perfect.
difficulty is the best.
Yeah.
Ultimate difficulty is a little iffy, I think. On
I
the
haven't
first
played
one, 'cause
Ultimate. I haven't played Ultimate because I think you get
you
that
can
after
get
you beat
one
the
shot
game.
in Ultimate.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. If you get hit by like a really good sniper, you can get one shotted. I mean, it's still like kind of easy, but you just take a shit ton more damage.
It
That's
feels
about it.
it feels unfair sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, but even then, you're not gonna die. Like if you're not dying that many times on Spectacular, Ultimate's gonna be a cake.
I remember getting my
Cakewalk.
ass whooped by I remember I went into one of Lee's compounds, and brother, the amount of javelin missiles surrounding me, brother, I kept getting my ass
my
whooped.
God, yeah.
I wasn't dying because I had the superpower. I had the suit power where like I kept gaining focus, so I wasn't dying, but I was getting my ass whooped, bro. They kept hitting me with these fucking javelin missiles. Like, bro, stop it, because
Yeah.
it's hard to dodge it sometimes, because I'm constantly being hit by like 12 guys at once. I'm trying to finish a combo and I can't, it's just get away from me. But it's just so engaging. It's such a fun, just fresh breath of fresh air. And I love the fact that they constantly go into Peter's life and they show how good Peter is as a person. He's helping out not Dr. Connors, what's his name? Otto Octavius. He's helping out Otto Octavius in a room.
Yeah.
He's not even getting paid and he's still helping him out. Then he goes to the feast center and he helps out all these people. He gives great advice. It's like, this is Peter Parker. This is Spider-Man, all right? This isn't, constant action, constant this, that, that. So, like, this is a grown-up Spider-Man that has figured out a lot, but is still learning. And it's just so... It's so beautiful. It's such a great fucking game from start to finish. There's a bit of a redundancy here and there with the action. Like, it's a little repetitive here and there, but you can vary that easily with the gadgets. You know what I mean? And the whatnot. It's definitely not as impactful as, say, like a Batman Arkham City or an Arkham Knight combat, because the way Batman is, he's just destroying these guys in front of you. And when Spider-Man hits someone, it's kind of like ticky-tack. You understand?
Yeah.
But
like it takes a few hits where Batman feels like he can one-shot someone.
Right, exactly. But even then, it's still really fucking cool, and it's so flashy. Let me tell you what the saving grace of the Spider-Man PS4 game is: the triangle button. That fucking web zip. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
It's because Spider-Man comes in with the punch of the gods. He does a spin move while he's coming on that ass, and then bam, fucking knocks him out. It's amazing. I love the impact webs. They're my favorite. Yeah, you hit them with it, and they just fly over, and they hit a wall somewhere. You know what I learned how to do when I was getting hit with the javelin missiles is like every time I knock someone down, hit him with the web shooters. 4 times he's on the ground. Do it again. 4 times he's on the ground. Like web shooters are now my favorite all of a sudden because I'm good at using them now. It makes you think. Be creative. It's like, okay, javelin missiles are hitting me. Let me zip up so I can get to their level, and I'm going to stay here now instead of staying in the middle, so they don't have a good vantage point. It makes you think. When you're playing on the easiest difficulty, you don't think. You just do. You know what I mean? And it gets boring. So... just a great fucking time from front to back. I love the fucking antagonist. I cannot wait until what is the name of the Sinister Seven? Something like that?
Sinister Six.
The Sinister Six, yeah, the Sinister. My bad. I can't wait for the Sinister Six to come back around, and I get to fight all those guys. Because I remember playing those missions and loving them, but I can't wait to do them again because it's been a couple years, and it's just great, man. I love it. I love Martin Lee. He is pretty fucking cool. He's also real edgy. I don't mind it. You know what I mean? It's just. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. I don't know the Mary Jane stuff. I didn't like it the first time I played it, but then the second time I played it, I really enjoyed it because it was smooth. You know what I mean? It was really smooth. The way that I was sneaking around guys and throwing the little gadgets, like I didn't mind it. I enjoyed it. The Miles stuff,
Yeah, I don't
maybe
mind all the
not.
Mary Jane stuff.
The Miles stuff, it was kind of. I did like when he was hacking the bots. Yeah, I think he still has a couple more moments, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so good from front to back, man. And I love the locations that you start the missions in, like Grand Central Station when the Mary Jane is surrounded by hostages and like you have to stealthily take guys down. She has to disarm the bomb. Like what a great mission. It's just so much good shit in there. It's ridiculous. I think my least favorite is when you're trying to find that doctor in like that costume party. That's my least favorite. Besides that, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just amazing game from front to back. I enjoyed that. Way too good. It was way too good. I remember when you said it was the perfect Spider-Man game, and I had to agree with you there. It's like, yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it still is, to be honest.
I couldn't agree with you more. Yeah. Oh my god. So when it comes to Marvel Spider-Man 2, I haven't played it, but you did, and talk to me. Talk to me. How do you feel about that?
Spider-Man 2? So I think story-wise...
Mid. No, what?
There's a lot missing. A lot missing. You were just talking about how, in the first game you spent a lot of time with Peter, with Otto, going back to feats and helping people. That's something I think Spider-Man 2 could have really benefited from.
They didn't happen?
No, not really. I feel like there's not a whole lot of Peter stuff in Spider-Man 2. And it's weird, like, to say that as like a complaint. It's like, you don't play as Peter Parker that much, but it's like when it's established in the first game that he's just this great guy who goes out of his way to help people, I want to see him helping people.
It's inspiring. It really is.
Yeah, and it's such a good. It's good for the character because it really sells that. Yeah, I could see this guy being Spider-Man, just his personality, and then you get to Spider-Man 2, and like you don't go to the Feast Center once.
Really?
And like you don't go to the Feast Center at all in Spider-Man 2.
That's dumb. Why?
It kind of feels like we just forgot, like about everyone that was there, and it's like, I don't know. It's missing a lot.
What the fuck?
But gameplay wise, Spider-Man 2 is fucking awesome, fucking great.
Yeah, I saw the wingsuit that you have. They actually teased it a little bit in the backpack token, in the first one. That's so sick.
Yeah, it was like a broken wing.
Yeah, I was like, they didn't work though. I'm like, but they will. They will soon, won't they? They will.
Yeah. I think Spider-Man 2 is a give and take. You get better gameplay, more improved combat and swinging, and more freedom in how you get to approach things. But also, story, it's not all there. I think it could have been a lot better. I also wish Spider-Man 2 had more stealth. The stealth in Spider-Man 1 is fucking amazing.
It's great. I love it.
In Spider-Man 2, it's like it's not encouraged at all.
Which is dumb. I don't see why they didn't do that. Because I remember when the first one, the stealth mechanic was really fucking good. And when I was going through it the second time, I actually respected it a lot more. And I enjoyed doing it more because of combat's, the difficulty of combat. When I was going through stealth gameplay, I'm like, let me take this guy. Is he safe to do it? Let me distract them. Like, there's always a way to take someone out, And I loved that. That's dumb that they took all that out. Really? Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah.
One thing that I remember watching, and I saw this straight, like, as soon as the fucking scene was happening, that one scene where, like, Miles was, like, in that dream world with Martin Lee, I felt like it was... me just watching that part of the game out of context felt so rushed. You know what I mean? Like it felt like that moment wasn't earned at all. Just me watching it out of context. And then you confirmed my suspicions. I'm like, bro, I'm a goat. That's it.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that?
About the game being rushed?
Yeah. The story. What's wrong with it? Talk to me about it. Miles Morales and whatnot. Because we've talked about this before, but let's talk about it again.
Yeah, I have a whole video on it.
Oh yeah, YouTube.com/Squeedo. My apology.
Yeah. No, it's just Miles is a side character in Spider-Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
Even like my supervisor or manager now, he was recently like watching a walkthrough of the game because he can't afford a PS5 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
What a
he was
bitch.
watching a
I'll stop.
walkthrough, and then he texted me like, "Yo, I completely agree with like what you're saying. Just watching the story, because it's rushed. It feels like they're just getting to certain moments because they know that that's what the fans want to see,
Yeah.
and the development is not really there. Harry Osborn is not as interesting as he should be.
Especially
All the
after
Venom
the.
shit is should have been a lot longer. He's barely in the fucking game.
Yeah, that's something. Don't you? That's
Yeah.
fucking dumb. Like I'm about to say, so one thing that I wanted to mention is that I felt like Harry definitely should have been a more interesting character because after the whole research station fiasco in the first one, like it showed that he really cared.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And after the whole debacle with his father, there should have been more. You know? That sucks to
Yeah.
hear. I didn't watch the story. I only saw certain things here and there, so I'm not claiming to be a Spider-Man 2 expert. I'm listening to Doran's opinion here, and
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I mean, I'd still recommend that you play it though.
Of course, I will.
Because it
I
is
will.
good. Insomniac's a great developer, and they do good shit. They clearly care about Spider-Man and the fans as well. So I would definitely support them, even if the game is not amazing. It's still worth playing at least once.
I definitely want to play Spider-Man 2. Definitely, that's what I want. I want to get that game when I get my PS5. I want to get Spider-Man 2 and the $10 upgrade for Last of Us 2. That's what I want to get. And God of War Ragnarok. Oh, that's the first thing I'm gonna buy. God of War Ragnarok. So there you go.
Yeah, I still gotta play that one.
I love the God of War games, man. The fucking God of War for me is just it's top tier storytelling, top tier graphics, top tier acting. It's up there with the greats. It's amazing. So I know there are people like, oh, but the combat's kind of floaty. It's like, you know what? I can agree with you, but there's so much good shit there that it negates it. I don't care. I don't care. It just does.